Cap fact: the compressed timelines do some weird things. To my knowledge, this has never been addressed in the comics, but I realized that the time frame between Bucky no longer being Cap in the comics and then Sam taking over as Cap would have been like a month or two if you go by the compressed timeline. Considering that many Marvel comics were first published in the 60s and are still going to today, Marvel has done sort of a compressed timeline where they say that everything has happened in a shorter amount of time. Sometimes this means events didn't actually happen, sometimes it just means they happened quicker than you would believe from the actual publication history, that sort of thing. For an example of this, in about 2005, there was a story starring Jack Monroe, who was the Bucky of the 50s. And in this story, he talks about how it was about 8 years ago that he trained with the actual Captain America and became Nomad. In real world time, the event he's talking about took place in 1983, so 20 years ago. So while for us it's been a decade about since Bucky stopped being Cap, it wouldn't have been that long for most of the characters, except Steve because he was in a different dimension or timed it differently. But anyway, that's not the point. But with only 3 years of real world history in between when Bucky was Cap and when Sam was Cap, I gotta say that the Marvel people just think there's a new Captain America every week. Something I only thought of just now is that Sam had stopped being Captain America and then became Captain America again, which in our time was about 5 years of publication history. But with this compressed timeline, I'm betting there's a lot of people who just didn't know he stopped being Cap.